Yeah, whenever I study, I always, I have like a method, so it's not just like when will I do something, it's like how will I do it. And that's definitely important for the OAT, but that's also something that's important for optometry school, because I don't just like read the material, okay, I'm done. I make sure like I understand every single thing. It's kind of, it's like kind of like really obsessive, but I think like you have to do it because for classes in professional school, it's not the same kind of studying where, oh, like I kind of have an idea of the material, so I think I'll be okay. Like you have to know every single thing. And the only way to do that is to go over concepts, go over why you understand the concepts, go over why you don't understand the concepts. And that's important for the OAT as well as for success, I think, in optometry school. Yeah, it's not just like knowing the material, I have to know why I know the material. Like, because then you can, if you know why, you can apply it to various concepts.
And why you don't.
Yeah, and why you don't, yeah. But I think a lot of students focus on like, what did I do wrong and why did I do it wrong? But I also focus on like, okay, I did this right, but like, do I know why I did it right? Did I just kind of know, or did I really know in depth the concepts asked for in that question? So there's like different kinds of distractions. There's like social distractions, like my friends are calling me out, or there's like Facebook in front of me. That's a different kind of distraction. But I definitely like take breaks. So I won't study for, sometimes I can get it down where I'll just study for like 6 hours straight and I just won't take a break. Like if I'm really like into the material I'm studying, I won't even think of distractions. I'll just be really interested. Other times it's just so hard to focus where I have to distract myself, and that actually helps me. And I think for the OAT, sometimes I need distractions, like social distractions. So I'll study in a group. I didn't do this for the OAT, but well, maybe, I guess I kind of did in the classroom. Like we would talk about concepts. Sometimes I think you need that kind of social aspect to your studying because like it kind of helps you relieve the stress. So I think sometimes distractions are like a good thing. I think I was so focused because I knew that I wanted to succeed that I didn't really like, distractions weren't important to me. Like I prioritized my work first. During the first 2 months, like I said, that was like more of the learning period and it wasn't so much test taking practice. I would read the book for like maybe a couple of hours a day. It wasn't that much. So like let's say like 6 days a week, but I would read the book like 2 hours a day. But it would really depend, like it depends on how fast of a reader you are. So like some people might take longer, some people, I'm like an average speed reader, like not too fast, not too slow. So, but it would all just depend on how long it would take me to read a certain part of the book. Some parts were easier than others. And then like however long it takes you to solve problems. So for like a physics section or a chem section, it would take me less time because I'm like, those come more naturally to me. For like a biology homework, it would probably take me longer because that's more like recalling what you've memorized. And then just like flashcards towards the end of the 2 months, I would go over flashcards, however long it took me to go over everything. So I didn't really time myself, but it does take quite some time to go over all the flashcards. And the flashcards were provided by Kaplan, but you can also make your own. I made some of my own too. And then for the last month, I would probably do, I know not everyone can do this because some people work, and like I was out of school at the time because I took a year off. So for me, I would study like maybe 5 hours a day for like, because the test itself, no, you know what, it was definitely longer than that because the test itself takes, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours. And then I would go over like for 3 more hours over everything on the test. So it was that would take a long time. That was like really involved studying. And I know not everyone can do that, so I think people that are in school or they're working, they would probably need a longer time frame because there's no way you could do like 7 hours of studying and then like study for your other subjects in school. The most difficult section for me on the OAT was definitely biology, as far as like learning all the material, because there's a lot to memorize, and then there's like applications of what you've memorized, and that's And I think that's like my weakness is like just rote memorization. I'm not very good at that. But I also thought the physics section was difficult when I was learning it. Just like, because you have to memorize so many equations and then like apply them really quickly on the test. But what I noticed is on my practice test, there was a lot more problem-solving questions, and on the actual OAT, it seemed like there were more conceptual questions. So like a piece of advice I definitely give to students is don't just like focus on, can I plug this formula in? Like understand why you're plugging the formula in and what the concept is behind that, because you'll really need to know like why you're doing all these things. Okay, so my advice to students taking studying for and taking the OAT would be manage your time, be realistic, and manage your time realistically. But also when you're studying, definitely, there's no such thing as overstudying. Know everything, and know as much as you can. Understand why you know these things. Don't just rely on the fact that you've memorized it and you could plug it into a problem here and there. Really know it in and out. That's like you have to know everything for the OAT, I think.